extinct tribes in the United States, or are they? What does it mean when an American Indian tribe is called extinct? They no longer exist as a distinct community with recognized culture, language, or land. What are some common reasons tribes become extinct? Diseases, war, forced removal, assimilation, intermixing, classification, and loss of land. What were captured and enslaved Indians classified as? Blacks, Negroes, mulattoes, and Africans. The Acolapissa. Acolapissa is likely an Anglicization of Hakalopisa, meaning those who listen and see, or Okalapisa, meaning those who look out for people. The Acolapissa. In 1699, this tribe was living on Pearl River, about 4 leagues 11 miles from its mouth. It was said to occupy 6 villages, and the statement is added that the Tangipaha, who formerly constituted a 7th. When these people were visited by Bienville in the winter of 1699 to 1700, he learned that they had been attacked 2 days before by some English slave hunters at the head of 200 Chickasaw. In 1702 or 1705, they moved to Bayou Castine on the north shore of Lake Poitras, and 6 months later, the Natchitoches, whose crops had been ruined, came to St. Denis, then in command of the Mississippi fort, and were settled by him beside the Acolapissa. In 1714, however, when he attempted to take them back to their own country, the Acolapissa attacked them and killed 17, besides capturing 50 women and girls, most of whom were restored later. In 1718, or at least before 1722, the Acolapissa removed to the Mississippi River to be near New Orleans and settled on the east side 13 leagues, about 35 miles above it. In the year last mentioned, they visited by Father Charlo, who gives a considerable description of them and says that the house of their chief was 36 feet in diameter, 6 feet more than that of the Natchez great son. A little higher up in the river, they had a small village then abandoned. In their old town was a temple, and this was rebuilt after they moved to the Mississippi. As we know from the sketch it made by A. D. Bratz in 1732, and most fortunately recovered by the late D. I. Bushnell, Jr. From what an officer with M. D. Noal tells us 7 years later, it is evident that this tribe in the Bayagola and Huma, who had settled nearby, were gradually becoming amalgamated. He prefers to keep them all Acolapissa or Colapissas, but the name of the Huma had the greater survival value, and the consolidated tribes appear at this point under the name for a considerable period. The Acolapissa and Bayagula seem to have combined first and later united with the Huma. Acolapissa. In 1650, Mooney reported a total population of 1,500, including the Tangripoha. In 1699, Bienville reported a total population of 150. In 1699, La Harpe reported a total population of 300. In 1702, Iberville reported a total population of 250. In 1722, Charlevoix reported a population of 200 warriors. In 1739, the Acolapissa, Bayugola, and Huma had a total population of 270 to 300. After that, all are called Huma. The mixed blood group still bearing the Huma name locally evidently formed the bulk of the 1,089 Indian population of Louisiana, according to the census of 1930, whose full affiliations were not reported, since 899 of them were in Terrebonne Parish. This is an example of how tribes decreased. After years of war and Indians being captured and enslaved, many tribes combined to fight extinction, with many tribes becoming extinct and their members misclassified as slaves, blacks, and Negroes.